Good afternoon, everybody. Phil Simons here with Columbia Grain and your Friday afternoon weekly grain market recap. Well, we got another week in the books here, and it was a pretty volatile one in terms of what the futures did. So I'm going to share my screen with you here, and we are going to dive right into it and take a look and see what we had on store this week. But again, if we navigate to our favorite website, once again, columbiagrain.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, we can get over to the Producer Solutions link, and again, where we house all of our pertinent data to what could be potentially driving the markets throughout any day and any week here. But again, real quick, let's take a look and see what the weekly futures ranges and changes were, as there was really a big movement as the headlines were really moving the markets again in the typical knee-jerk reaction, and really a barrage of just headlines coming out of the Black Sea once again. One of the biggest ones was really the Russia bombards Ukraine ports, threatens ships, and jolting the world grain market. So let's just really take a look and see what actually happened this week when the dust settled here, when we take a look at the new crop pricing action. Again, just really reiterating the importance of getting your orders out there and working, because these knee-jerk reactions where we do see the futures markets up, 60 cents in one day in Chicago wheat, 50, 60 cents in Kansas as well, and then retreating pretty heavily as well as we close the week out. But overall, we did see new crop corn on the left-hand side of your screen having a pretty big range for a week of 61 cents. We're actually able to hold on to a net gain of 17 cents in new crop Dees corn futures. And next up, if we take a look at Nove beans, we see the weekly range was 60 cents there as well. And the weekly net change, we're actually able to hold on to 16 cents of that overall range that we saw in new crop beans. If we turn the page and look over at the wheat complex, first up, we see Kansas Dees wheat. We had a massive range of 85 cents on the week. We're actually able to hold on to 32-cent gain when the dust settled here in terms of the futures price action over there. Next, if we take a look at Chicago wheat had a massive range this week of $1.06. But we're actually only able to hold on to 30 cents of that range. So again, just really highlights the importance of getting your orders out there and working. And finally, when we take a look at Minneapolis had a weekly range of 54 cents and actually able to hold on to 9 cents of that overall range that we saw there. So again, really just continuing to highlight the importance of getting these orders out there, getting them out there early, because they do work for you day and night if we are looking at the futures portion of the cash contracts. But again, when we take a look at other things that were impacting the markets, we do take a look at the export sales report that came out this week. It was fairly ho-hum for the overall wheat complex. It was definitely nice to see some new crop corn and new crop beans coming online in terms of overall sales. For the 23-24 crop year, we do see corn coming in at 19.4 million bushels sold last week, and similar fashion with beans coming in at 27.9 million bushels sold for the 23-24 crop year. So definitely good to see some business coming back to the U.S. But again, when we take a look at how we're stacking up in comparison to where we have been over the last few years, we still have quite a bit of work to do as we continue to move forward. The next thing that we really want to take a look at, and it's going to continue to drive the markets as well in this knee-jerk reaction fashion, is going to be the weather outlook in terms of what we see really throughout the U.S. So we can see that a majority of the upper Midwest, the temperature outlook does look to be below average. And when we look at some of that portions of the Corn Belt, the precip looks to be a little bit above average as we continue to move forward throughout the next 30 days. So again, just another aspect of what's going to be influencing the market and driving the prices all over the place. So again, just get your orders out there and working. Look at new crop, look at Dees 23 corn, look at Dees 24 corn as well. Same thing for soybeans. Look at Nove 23, look at Nove 24. We're also able to do hedge to a rise as we continue to look out to 2024 for wheats. Along with some of our accumulators out to September of 24. We can start doing some of those for Chicago wheat, along with Kansas wheat. So be sure to get a hold of your local Columbia Grain merchandiser and get your orders out there and working. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up for the week here. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And remember, the perfect strategy works every time until you use it. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk with you next week.